It's day 21, and I'm just reflecting that living in ceremony has been an interesting experiment so far. The opportunity to add, or rather notice, the meaning and everything in my day, and to make choices from a place of celebrating life, honoring life, and of tuning into how I'm feeling. What does my body need? What does my spirit need? What is my soul calling me to do? And the availability to that listening and noticing is a synchronicity generator. And things are moving really quickly, and I'm loving it. I take moments to slow down and rest when that's what's called for, but I'm also just going full steam ahead, appreciating and loving this beautiful life. It was a very hot sauna session this morning. When I came out, it was raining, which was really nice. And now that I'm over 20 days, I think, into doing the sauna daily, I'm noticing how incredibly important that is for my mental health. Just to notice, reflecting how I'm starting my day and how I'm ending my day. An honoring of me and making that time for myself. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways right now from living in ceremony, is recognizing that my body is a temple. It is my vessel. It's my instrument. And now that I am a holographic sound healer, I know how important it is to really take care of this instrument so that I can be as available as possible to whatever wants to come through. So that I don't have these sticky fears or doubts. Really, the consistency just builds a rapport with myself, that I know I'm going to show up for me. And when I say me, it really means the practice for God. Consistency hasn't always been the easiest thing for me. And there's a really interesting battle sometimes between consistency and stubbornness, and consistency in word I'm looking for, resistance. And that's a really important thing to notice, that if tomorrow I wake up and the sauna doesn't feel right and I muscle test myself and it says no, I get the opportunity to show up for myself in a different way. And I get to also revisit that opportunity later in the day. Maybe it won't be the morning, maybe it will be the afternoon or the evening, or maybe it will just be a day or however many days that I need to make a change in what I do. But in having unconditional love for myself, it's really not judging myself based on the things I do or don't do, but on how much I show up for myself from an authentic place. What is my sacred why? And is that the thing that's guiding me? And I think that's the point of living ceremony, is to be as authentic as I can to the present now, with availability for things to change and to morph, because I'm always changing, growing. and learning and shedding. So I'm just noticing that it's important to really take these times to reflect on what's coming up in living ceremony and why am I doing this. The initial goal is 63 days, which was an invitation from the Mentally Fit course for Fit for Service to pick a practice, a Dharma Day practice to do until the Malibu Summit in January. So I chose to make videos of my day as a way of being accountable to showing up to ceremony, to being a living ceremony, and to learn how to navigate YouTube and technology, because it's not going away. And with some of the different gifts and offerings that I would like to share with the world in ways that I'd like to work with my medicine, technology is going to be a part of this. So when I started this, I didn't know I was going to do my sound healing certification during the living ceremony, but I feel like that's part of living in ceremony, is the synchronicities show up when you're ready. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and the opportunity was to jump and say yes. And what an awesome gift. And also, I'm now setting myself a platform and a foundation to be able to share some of that through YouTube. You know, living ceremony really came from posting my first little short film, I Am Cosmology, and recognizing that was a living ceremony. It was something that I created in ceremony and shared on a greater platform, and I don't know who it will reach and when it will reach them. So it was the invitation to recognize it was my first living ceremony. And as part of that, I have kept up my mandala, my first sort of despacho. I don't know if I can quite call it that, but that was an influence. And it is still sitting out here as a reminder and a space holder to this part of the journey. I didn't know I was going to keep it up the whole time, but I do feel the invitation to keep it up through the 63-day practice as part of the ceremony, and helping me keep the intention and revisit what is the dream that I'm dreaming? What is the more beautiful world? What do I believe, and why am I here, and what is it all for? Happy Saturday.